Excuse me. Could you tell me where Nick Strella's apartment is?
Apartment 205.
Aha.
But Nick,
In the hospital, I know. I just came up to pick up something.
would you like me to show you the way?
Well, I know the way. I just don't have the time.
If you'll tell me what you're looking for, I might be able to help you find it. Mr.
Helm. Matt Helm. You're Bobby D?
That's right, and you're a private investigator. The name rang a bell, Mr. Helm.
Well, I'm very flattered indeed. Let's start with Matt.
Matt.
I was under the impression that you and Nick were no longer,
Lovers?
Hmm.
We're not, just close friends.
I see. You're close enough to know that he had hired a private detective?
Well, close enough to have chipped in with Nick for Mr. Burke's services. Would you like some coffee or a cold drink? Nick doesn't keep any booze in the house, but,
Well, no, thank you. Actually, I'd like some answers.
all right. How much do you know about record piracy?
Not much, except that it's very lucrative.
For the pirates, Matt. But for the writers and the artists and the record companies, it's a plague.
Is that why Nick was on the verge of bankruptcy?
Well, Nick was feeling the pinch more than any of us. I still had my personal appearances, guest shots, things like that.
And all Nick had were his royalties. And the pirates don't pay off on what they sell.
That's right. You see, Nick was obsessed with finding the pirates. So he hired a private investigator. And it served my purpose as well. So I split the fee with him. And if Mr. Burke comes up with anything...
Dave Burke is dead.
He's dead.
Supposedly a hit and run. It was just a few hours before Nick decided to try flying his car instead of driving it.
Oh, my God. You don't think that...
I sure do.
Matt, you've got to find out whoever did this. Whatever it costs, I'll foot the bill.
Well, thanks, but I already have a client.
Who?
Dave Burke. Dave was a very good friend. He's a very good friend indeed.
I thought that if I could hire him, at least we'd know how close he was getting. But he insisted on working on his own. Joey, this Matt Helm is good, isn't he?
One of the best. We can't afford to have him nosing around. So, I guess we'll have to deal with him.
How did I get myself into this in the first place?
I didn't hear any complaints before your boyfriend stuck his nose in. You stashed away plenty, and you got a lot more coming.
That was before I realized how much it was going to cost.
Well, now you know. It costs plenty. The stakes are high, the risks are high. We got a lot of money in this. A lot of money. And it's got to be protected just the way we have to be. Look, baby, we're all in this together. You, me, Dale, Crawford. We all hang together.
What about Nick?
Estrella won't talk. I'm taking out an insurance policy against that happening.